Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of the Island Guys podcast. This one, like we promised, is a visual one. With me, my good friends, Steve, Rob, Luke, and Billy. Guys, what's up?
Sup?
What's going on, Kev?
Yeah, you know,
What's
hanging
going
in
on?
there. Bill, how you doing down there? All the way down there, and with your nice little virtual background. I'm loving it.
Doing good.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Good to hear. Boys, this is it's our draft preview episode.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited for it. It's the first time we're doing a visual, so it's gonna be fun. People get to finally see how really ugly we are.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Speak for yourself.
yeah, okay. Listen, let's just get into it, right? So, with the coronavirus going around, NFL has decided to do a virtual draft, and well, they did a mock one today. Today is Monday, by the way. That's when we're recording.
Mhm.
And they did one, and they had trouble getting through the Cincinnati Bengals pick, the first pick.
What a surprise.
Yeah, right? Like,
Yeah, right.
but
No
boys,
surprise.
Something with the Bengals not going right? What a surprise.
boys, Rob, I'll start with you. What do you expect out of this virtual draft thing? Like, how different it's going to be?
Oh, it's going to be a disaster.
You really think so?
Oh, absolutely. Couldn't even get through one pick today. This is, I don't know.
They
I'm not
did
sure
say
about
that
it.
it did, turn out to be a little better after.
Someone
but,
might hack it.
yeah, right. Someone's gonna be throwing their dick pics up on the draft board.
Yeah, some guy who's just sitting there in the nude.
Yeah, right. Here we go.
What happens, it's not going to be good. But it will be entertaining to watch.
I'm gonna quote my good friend Adam Scheffner here. I got a text from someone that was in on the mock draft. Quote: mock draft today already technically glitching with Cincinnati's first pick. Brutal.
Brutal.
Brutal. The guy ends it with the text. Brutal. That's how you know it's bad, boys. But
Yeah, right.
What's that thing on the side there? It says Roger Goodell might love being the villain. He's a true heel.
hey, it's like WWE out here.
Yeah.
Him and but now listen. So Steve, what do you think about it? What do you expect out of this virtual?
Well, obviously, it's a change from what we normally expect every year. But
Obviously,
I'm more positive about it. I think that test run was, to test out the kinks. But I think overall they'll get it down to see. It's sad to see that we won't see, the fans' reactions in the crowd when Roger Goodell announces the picks.
Yeah, the amount of raining of booze he gets when he walks
Yeah.
out.
And then, the fans' reactions, like, if they love the pick, if they hate the pick. But also, like, the style, like, what the players come in with the suits and the sneakers, then with their parents on red carpet. It's sad that we're not going to see it. But, hey, it's only for 1 year, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, there we go. Don't jinx us now, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. But,
Against us.
but overall, I think it's great that they're keeping it as planned, even though it's kind of different. Because, we all need that, the draft. Us, all football fans, all sport fans need the draft. And I can't wait for it, to be honest with you. And it will go smoothly, I think.
Yeah, well, the one thing I'm disappointed about is they had this plan that I said like I said in last episode, with the boating them over, like in Vegas. Like, that's cool. Like,
Yeah,
it would have taken an extra 5 minutes, but
yeah.
waste of time. But it still was cool. But
It would have been cool. Yeah, very cool, especially.
But
To introduce football into Vegas, too, because since the Raiders are going there.
yeah, that's good. That's that too. So should be a good time. But Luke, what do you expect out of this virtual draft? I see your no one gave you the memo that there was no draft this year, and you're at the podium. So
Yeah, you're at the podium somehow.
they invited me to be here to record this podcast. So
yeah, they invited you to be at the draft that's not taking place.
they said I was able to use the room though.
Okay,
Did they pay you for
Set
this?
up.
Are they paying you for this?
I'm paying them.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
really?
I see this
$1 million.
ending up in nothing short of a disaster. The NFL is not good at the internet, and I don't think they're going to be able to pull it off. I don't
Damn,
think
really?
No, I don't think they're going to do it.
My man, short and to the point.
Yeah,
Billy,
it's a disaster.
The whole world
Yes.
wants to know, what do you think about this draft?
Bandwagon Billy, baby.
Well, I mean, since it's virtual, as you said, the first time they did it, it was glitching like on the first round pick. I mean, I see it as going as good, but I think the glitch is just going to continue on throughout the picks. Maybe it might be a little bit of a disaster, as they're saying. You know?
Yeah, well,
That's my opinion.
Yeah, the NFL is always a disaster from day one. So
That's true.
yeah, so it's good to know. But boys, let's just jump into it. I'm gonna give you guys the top 10, and you guys are just gonna have to grade them, right? You want to do that? How do we feel?
Perfect.
About it? Feel good?
Perfect. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So at number 1, as in everyone's mock draft, going to Cincinnati is Joe Burrow, LSU quarterback, won a national championship. Rob, Joe Burrow, give him a grade. Why?
A.
Okay.
Best quarterback in college football
Really?
right now. Yep.
Damn, good for you, man. Good for you. Luke, grade Joe Burrow and why?
Going out of 10.
We're just giving a grade of letter 8F.
Oh, I thought he said 8. I was like 8. Definitely A. A
I
plus.
said A.
A plus. Ever since he smoked this, they were smoking the cigars in the locker room. Joe Burrow has been on the top of my list. Love to see him. Definitely the best quarterback coming out of this draft, without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. That cigar picture was just fantastic. Hold on, let me pull that up for the people. 'Cause I gotta. It's just a phenomenal picture.
If you don't love that as a football fan, then I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what you're doing with your life, but I do think
Seriously, man. Like, look at this bad boy. Like,
he's a natural leader. Natural leader.
come on.
He's gonna be a
Look at him.
top dog of this gen. That's a top dog of the next generation right there.
Look at him. My favorite video. It's lagging for you boys, but yeah, Joe Burrow, just
Joe Burrow.
absolute. I like him. I give him an A plus because he's handsome too. Like I said in the first ever episode, I'm okay with him, man. No homo. All right, Steve. Letter Y. Come on, give me something different.
For Joe Burrow,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him an A minus.
Ooh, why in the minus?
A
That
minus
minus-
because, listen, he did have a great year. He torched Clemson. Just that incredible playoff run, the incredible season. But we also got to look at it was 1 year. It was 1 year, and I know he can make all the throws and stuff, but I'm not in love with him as everyone else thinks. Can he be great? Yeah, of course. But for me, I'm a little weary about him. Of course, he'd be the number 1 pick, but just that 1 year sample. If he did it like last year also, then all in on him. Rightfully so, he should be the number 1 pick. He's just dropping dimes all over the field against Clemson. I'm not sure, but I'll get into that later with
All right.
another certain quarterback that I'm going to
Good
talk
to hear, Steve. Hey, I love the explanation. Thank you. That was good. That was a good explanation. Now, Billy Hench, what grade do you give Joe Burrow and why?
I give him an A plus.
Ooh, okay. Why?
Because listen, he's a really good quarterback. He's got the ball. He's got the vision. He looks down the field. You know, he knows where the players are immediately wide open. Because he gets there. You know what I mean?
He gets it. Joe Burrow is a football guy, Bill.
No, but you know what I'm saying. He helps the team. He helps him like down the field, basically.
Yeah, exactly, man. He's the MVP. There it is.
Yes, he's the GOAT.
All right. Edge rusher from Ohio State, Chase Young. Give your grade and why, Mr. Wallen Robert. Go.
I'm gonna give him a B plus.
B plus.
Wow.
Hey, that's very
Wow.
controversial, my friend.
As far as I remember, he disappeared at the end of the year last year against good teams when they needed him. So B plus.
He's not lying, ladies and gentlemen. That is true. I do remember that.
He was getting double teamed. He couldn't fight off a double team with 2 college players. What's he gonna do when the best tackle in the league's pushing him around?
True.
Yeah, seriously. But so B plus for Rob. Good call. Luke.
I'm gonna have to go with an A. I'm not gonna give Chase Young in the B's. I think he's tremendous. 16 and a half tackles in the 12 games of his final season. That's an amazing feat. 16 and a half tackles in 12 games.
Yeah, that's over 1 a game easily. So
Okay.
Are we talking sacks or are we talking tackles?
I think that's sacks.
That's
100%.
sacks.
That's not tackles.
You know, I was gonna say tackles. That's low.
That's
If he
what
made
that's
16,
sacks.
he made 16 tackles. He's not going.
That, he just makes 16. No, it's horrible. That's sacks.
It's horrible.
Okay, good. Because you
No.
said tackles and like what?
My
You know,
Chase
it's
Young,
gonna definitely be a shock coming into the NFL with these guys. But I think that if he's given the right tools, then he'll.
that happens, but that happens to everyone. Everyone gets the initial shock. Sam Darnold.
Of course,
Look at Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning didn't have a fantastic rookie year.
No, he didn't.
So everyone has those bumps, but you get through it. That's why I'm giving Chase an A. Because I ain't gonna give him an A minus. I ain't gonna give him a B. Because he's just that was the last games. Yes, he did not show up. I get it. Not happy about it. But I feel like he's gonna get to a team, he's just gonna click. Give him maybe a couple games to get used to it, the NFL atmosphere, the stadium, but give him 4 games, 5 games, he's gonna be.
There will 100% be less people at Redskin games than there were at Ohio State games.
You know what I mean? Like
They sell out Redskins games though. They sell out though. Even though
You pick them up on StubHub for $10.
You can.
there's fans there.
People are
There's
there.
fans there.
All right, Steve.
It might not be the most dedicated group of fans, but they're there.
Yeah. Chase Young, I'm gonna give him an A+.
Ooh, A+. First.
I think
Wow.
Chase Young is the best prospect in this draft class. I know people want to put Joe Burrow one, but if you told me that the Bengals would have kept Dalton and Chase Young, if I was a Bengals fan, I'd be fine with that, to be honest. I'd be fine with that. I think the problems with the Bengals, there's a lot of problems besides Dalton. Yes, was he one of the problems? Yes, but that team is hot garbage. And I think Chase Young, listen, scouts said that he's one of the best defensive end prospects, one of the best pass rushers come out in the past 20 years. You watch that film with Chase Young, man, he destroys tackles. I know he faded in the end of the season.
Well, now wait, Steve. Now you say he destroys tackles. Who do they play in those games? End of the season is when
You're right.
Conference, but when they actually play Penn
Against
State,
the Wisconsin.
you actually play Michigan.
You watch that Michigan game though. I watched the Michigan game last week. He was a terror.
Okay, well that's the I give him that Michigan game he did, but everything else he flaked out. But I don't think he's gonna be too
still
much.
16.5 sacks though. That was.
I think it was like one of those I know I'm a star. I know I'm gonna go, so I'm not gonna go too much.
My one concern with Chase Young though, my one problem that I would give is he might be one of these star players that, like you just said, Kev, that I'm Chase Young, I know I'm great, and maybe he might not give you 100% every single play.
Then that's a problem too, because I want
that is a problem, which has, in my opinion, has plagued Jadeveon Clowney, who's still a free agent now. So I feel like that's my one problem with Chase Young, that he might not give your 100% effort every single play. But if you're Washington, even if you're the Bengals or even Washington, you can't pass on a chance to take a generational pass rusher. So I think he's the best player in this draft class, in my opinion.
Oh, good grade, Steve. I like it. Philly Hench, Chase Young, give him a grade.
I give him a B-.
Wow, B-.
Oh boy.
Put him in the basement. Why, Bill?
Because, look, he is a good pass rusher and all of that, but the main one problem I have bad with him is what you guys were saying. He's just showing off. He's like, look, I'm the greatest. He's not even in the NFL yet. He doesn't know what other players can do. He doesn't know what other players can stop him, this and that. He just thinks he's an all around better player than the other NFL players out there. So I think he was great in college. Don't get me wrong. He was best in college, but I think NFL he's probably not. He's just trying to show off a little bit, in my opinion.
So Bill's saying that his ego, he's dropping him like a bunch of letter grades.
And that could be a problem for Chase Young, to be honest.
AB, baby, that's example one.
Yeah.
Ego gets to you.
You see it with Clowney.
Locker room last season.
You see it with Clowney right now. He's going to be on his third team in 6 years. And what's that telling you?
That's sad. It's no.
And
Get your shits together, buddy.
He wasn't even the best player in that draft now. I would take Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack over him. So I hope Chase Young does not follow that pattern. We've seen that pattern a little bit in college. So I hope, because if he gives his 100% effort, he will be the best player in that draft.
Yeah, 1,000%. If he goes hard every play, you gotta go hard every play.
That's a problem. That's the only risk I have with Chase Young. Only risk.
Hey, listen. All right. Chase Young, thank you. Now, my guy who I think is going to iffy, Mr. Hawaii, Taya, I don't know how to say his last name.
Tua
Tua.
Tagovailoa.
Yeah, I'm not good with that.
Tagovailoa.
Taya.
Taya. So,
Tagovailoa.
okay, cool, Rob. What do you give him?
Say that again.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, like-
Tagovailoa.
Oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you getting nasty with us?
What's his first
Because
name?
this is knowledge you need to have.
It's Tua, right?
Tua, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm calling him Tua. I'm not doing this.
Thank you. Everyone
Yeah, I'm
calls
calling
him
Tua
Tua.
too.
No one
I'm
calls
calling
him What the hell is it called?
No.
Tagovailoa.
Close.
What is that? Hawaiian? What is that?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
very
he's
Hawaiian.
Hawaiian.
Yeah, right.
His
Yeah,
brother plays there too,
yeah.
behind him. But all right, Rob, what do you give Tua a grade and why?
I give him
boy.
a B minus. I think he's a project. Plus his medicals are iffy. Dislocated hip.
Yeah, that's going to be
Big
the
hip surgery.
deciding factor when he
Big
gets
hip
out there.
surgery.
All right, Luke, what do you give him?
I'll give him a. I'm gonna go with a B minus. I think he's I think he's got the I think he's got the skills of quarterback. I think he's incredibly accurate. He's got the arm, but he's calm. He's calm in the pocket, but I think he definitely needs more time to develop. And what does he have? Like, he's got like 10 or 15 interceptions in 30 games or something.
Yeah, he's like
I think it's the right coach. I think just like the rest of them, he's gonna need the correct guidance. I don't think they should put him in as a starter.
He doesn't throw a lot of picks. At least in college he didn't.
In college, but it's completely different.
Then again, it's Alabama and you're playing with three of the best receivers in the country and a good O-line. So
yeah, Alabama. You go to Alabama. I think I can play quarterback at Alabama. Have a decent
You
stats.
probably could.
Hey,
especially
cool,
in
man.
the days of Derrick Henry.
See, that is why I'm giving Tua a C.
Really?
Because number one, he came from Alabama. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Don't Jesus Christ me, Steve. Number two, did you see how he went down the last time he was on a football field? We all saw that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not 100% have faith in that hip. Dude turns the wrong way or falls the wrong way, even just walking. Dude's cooked. That's it. Done. So now you're going to put basically your top 3 draft pick, your first rounder, and then he gets hurt that year or the year after. It's tough, man. I don't trust that injury. I don't. It's rough. What are you going to do? C.
Okay.
How's yours? All right, Steve.
I have Tua as an A, to be honest.
Wow. Damn.
Prior to the college season and prior to the NFL season, what was the mind here about the Miami Dolphins when they traded away Tannehill? They got rid of all these players. Well, what was the model that everyone gave that team? Tank
For Tua.
Thanks for Tua.
for Tua. Tua was the projected number 1 pick for this draft before this season started until Tua got hurt, obviously, and then Joe Burrow exploded out of nowhere. And listen, I think Tua, I'm not going to say that he's going to be this quarterback, but when I watch Tua play and the mobility he has, and the rocket arm that he has, he reminds me a lot of Russell Wilson. I'm not saying he's going to be him, but he just has that rocket arm, very accurate, very mobile in the pocket, in which you need in today's NFL. You see Mahomes, even Rodgers to a certain extent, even though he's older now, they can still move outside the pocket and stuff. And to be honest, I think one of the effects to Tua's stock, you hear him sliding down in the first round, is, let's be honest, the virus, the coronavirus. They haven't really gotten to much pro days. They can't because of what's going on. I feel like that hurt Tua's stock. I think that was a perfect opportunity for Tua to show other teams that, hey, look, I'm healthy. Even an individual pro day for himself. Hey, look, I know I had the bad hip injury, but I'm moving around. I'm throwing it. I'm slinging it. I look healthy. I can move around. So I feel like that hurt his draft stock a lot. And listen, besides Burrow, I think he has upside in the quarterbacks in this draft class. So,
But okay, yeah, you see Tua going out there, he's throwing the ball, he's slinging it. there's no one on him. There's no one on the field but him.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to
But
put someone in front. Like, can he run it? Can he get out of the pocket? Does he have mobility, or is he just too? Is the hip not going to be able to support
well,
moving that?
that's up to team doctors to
Get
decide.
shifty.
Team
Can't get
doctors,
shifty anymore.
If you're a team doctor and like you listen to your doctors and they say that he's healthy, if I'm a team in the top 5, top 10 for quarterback, I would take him. I think he's electric. I think he's gonna be really good, and whoever gets him is gonna get a pretty good quarterback. In my
All right, man. That's we'll see. We will see how Tua goes. Billy Hench. Tua grade and why?
I'm gonna have to give Tua a C plus.
Okay.
Wow.
Steve is not happy with our grades. He's really disappointed in us.
Between that and Chase
Listen.
Young, man, it's crazy.
What are you gonna do, Bill? What do you
I know.
got?
Here's the thing: Tua, he was a good quarterback in college, and now if you look at him playing in Alabama and stuff, he's got a good arm, this and that. But when he was injured with that hip injury, I kind of feel like as if he's not going to be as good as what he was, playing with Alabama. Like I feel like even if the coaches do say, all right, you're cleared and you're good and you're ready to go, I feel like he's just not ready for the NFL yet. He maybe needs another year or so. That's
Yeah, but
my take on it.
maybe if they sit him, let him sit back, chill for a year,
Yeah.
let him heal up more. Who knows? We'll see what happens with Mr. Tua there. All right. Tristan Wirfs. He's from Iowa. Outside tackle.
Offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle. Sorry. Oof. I can't read. Got a lot of writing on this page here, so we got all right, Rob, this is the guy that I think the Giants are going to take. But
Good.
Rob, what grade do you give?
I'll give him a minus. Big Ten offensive lineman. They just kind of make those guys over there, up there.
Yeah, they make
Iowa runs the ball a lot, so very good run blocker. Like I said, ground and pound program. And Iowa guys usually get a pretty good lineman when you take one of those Iowa guys, those Big Ten guys. So I give him an A minus.
Hey, that's good. Good explanation. Love it. Luke, buddy, what do you give my man Tristan score for? Oh, Luke, you still with us there, buddy?
I don't.
What the fuck? Who's just dead silent?
Come back around for a minute.
All right, Steve. Go ahead. Actually, I'll go. I give him a B. No A. Because any offensive lineman the Giants go after, it's just he never really works out like at first. So you got to give him a year or two. He will get his potential. I think is an A, but right now he's sitting at a B in my eyes. Steve,
I give Tristan Wirfs an A. These first round tackles, it's supposed to be a deep and great class, and he's certainly a part of them. He's 5'3", That's a big boy.
yeah,
He's very agile, very quick, great in the run game. I feel like whoever's gonna get him is gonna get a great tackle.
look at him. Look at the size of that boy.
That's a big boy, man. He has the potential to be your future tackle for the next 10 years.
He's got the size and the physicality for it, without a doubt. And I think that's the important thing too when you're taking these linemen into the NFL. You can teach pretty much everything you need as far as a lineman goes, but you can't teach 6'5", 320.
You can't teach physicality.
In my opinion, what I look for in a tackle, if I want my team to be great, I want my tackle to be nasty, huge, great in the run game, and that's what this kid is. Just a big boy, man. And I think whoever gets him is going to get a great player.
Yeah. So Billy, your grade,
I give him a B plus.
and why is that?
He's a great. Look at his stats. He's 6'5". He's about 300. I don't know his exact weight.
322.
Okay, thank you, Steve. But no, he's a great tackler. I feel like he can help you with the running game, like strong. Like anytime you need a running play, he's there to stop the other big guys from getting them. So I think he's good. I think he's a good guy.
Yeah. All right, man. So Luke, I will come back around to you now.
I'm gonna give him an A. I'm
Okay.
gonna go with an A. Just for the sheer physicality, size, and speed of this particular gentleman. Humongous. I don't know if anybody's ever stood next to 6'5", 320.
Trying to think, have I?
But
The
6'5",
closest to
320
think I think the closest I've ever gotten to is probably 6'4",
250 pounds.
probably like 230, 240.
So imagine another 100 pounds on that boy. That's
Wait, what am I saying? I'm lying. I've been in a college locker room. I've definitely seen guys that big, but not as big as him.
not as big as him.
Like I've maybe seen 6'4", 250. Like nothing
Like
like.
the guys you've seen, he's
But like
tremendous to them.
the guys I've seen are probably like fatter. This guy is like straight muscle more.
He's humongous.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Hey, listen, I like him. That's the guy I think the Giants are gonna go after. We'll see what happens. The next man, wide receiver from Oklahoma, CeeDee Lamb. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert, what do you give him?
I'll give him a B, just because of the system he plays in. You know, it makes almost any offensive player look good for Oklahoma. So
Oklahoma offense.
exactly. But then again, he did have Jalen Hurts throwing to him, so that doesn't help. I mean, it made Jalen Hurts look good too. So, yeah, I think a B is perfect. I don't think, we'll see though. I mean, if you're getting a guy like Sterling Shepard, I think he's gonna be better than Sterling Shepard, to be honest with you. But same pedigree, same Oklahoma receiver.
Yeah, same build, same
Yeah.
guy.
I think he's better than Shepard, but
All right.
similar.
Luke, what do we got for you, buddy? Come on, give me an A.
He's a definite B plus. He's definitely, he makes big plays. He made big plays in Oklahoma. Kid definitely knows how to stand his feet. Doesn't drop the ball. And I think he's gonna be a boom in the NFL. I think he's gonna be good.
No bust. He's a boom. Boom.
I think he's a bust. I think he's a
He's a
boom.
boom returner. All right, my grade on CeeDee Lamb is an A. I think he's just got speed. He's got agility. He's got all of it. But if the Giants needed a receiver hard, this would be the one guy I want the Giants to take. So that's why I give him a nice A. He had 14 touchdowns this year, 1,000 and change yards, 1,200 around there. Impressive year. And threw a touchdown. So A for my man CD. Steve, how are we feeling over there?
I think I'm gonna give CeeDee Lamb an A+.
A plus.
I think in this year's wide receiver class, there's everyone likes to bring up the big three, Lamb, Ruggs, and Judy. In my opinion, there's just two. There's just Judy and Lamb.
Yeah, obviously Judy. Judy's just an animal.
Yeah. We'll get to Judy in a little bit, but
He's almost up. He's in.
get back to Lamb. Yeah, you watch the film. He's an animal with the football in his hands. He breaks tackles left and right. He's a great run after catch receiver, and he just has the perfect. He's a perfect prototype receiver in today's NFL. So I'm hoping the Raiders draft him. I'll get to that later, but I think he's gonna be really good. So I'll give him an A+.
All right, man.
And I think he made Jalen Hurts look really good.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts did look very good this year. So
That CeeDee Lamb played a big part in that, honestly.
yeah. All right, Billy, you're up, buddy. Last but not least, we always save bandwagon Billy for last because it's always the greatest grade. So give us a grade, buddy.
I'm giving him an A-.
Okay.
Because I mean, listen, he's a great wide receiver, great speed, great hands. He's big too. Like I feel like he's a great route runner. And yeah, I give him an A-.
Good, Billy. Great grade, Billy. Good to hear. Next guy. He was on the defensive side. From Clemson. Isaiah Simmons. Boys, I'm gonna let Steve go first on this one. Change it up a little bit.
Oh wow, me first?
Yeah, you know.
I'm honored.
Yeah, but people are probably bored of Rob going first because it's always like
Okay, I'm gonna give Isaiah Simmons A plus.
An A+.
I think, in my opinion, behind Chase Young, he's the second best defensive player in this draft, and he's your perfect linebacker that you need in today's NFL. Yeah, he's a little short, yeah, but he can play safety. He's that hybrid linebacker. He covers the whole field. He can do it all. He's like that perfect jackknife player that any defense would love to have. He can cover receivers. He can cover tight ends. Great in the run game. Pass rush. He has it all. And if you see that combine, he made a ton of money on that combine. For me, he's a surefire top 5 pick, and he's a great player, man.
Yeah, he's an absolute just
He's all you watch the Clemson games. He's all over the field.
like look here's
Literally.
his,
Yeah, 4.39 as a linebacker. 4.39. That's crazy. Crazy.
he's fast, man. He's just got the speed. He's got the
So
speed.
in my opinion, he's the second best defensive player in this draft. All over the field, man.
Yeah, look at him, just
Crazy.
absolute beast.
Yeah,
Now-
hi-
Go ahead,
His
Steve.
his height's a problem a little bit, but no, it doesn't matter. As long as he covers like he does in college and he just runs people down, he's your he could be your captain of your defense for the next 10 years, in my opinion.
Yeah, play your cards right.
Yep.
Luke, buddy, what do you give our boy Simmons over here?
I'm gonna go with an A+ for Simmons. I really like this kid. You know, as Steve said, he's defensive. He's a diverse defender. You could see him, you know,
Covering receivers.
Yeah,
Look at that.
covering receivers. You can see him covering tight ends. He's physical, plays with a great deal of physicality. I think he's gonna be great. He's a freakish athlete. Man, he's a freakish athlete.
Yeah,
Plays really hard. So I like him a lot. I think he's gonna look good.
good. I give him an A. This is the guy that if the Giants don't go after, the guy from Iowa,
Wirfs.
Tristan Wirfs, I think they're gonna go after Simmons. I would love him being just rushing, a linebacker, just absolute unit. So Rob, you're up now.
A
How does it feel to go
plus
third?
plus
A plus.
A plus plus 2 pluses.
Ooh. Okay.
I think this guy's gonna be the best player in the draft. Fast, like everybody's already said, he's fast. He covers people. He's physical. And you know, not if the Giants pass on him. When the Giants pass on him, I'm pissed, and they're gonna regret it for years.
He was the
Yeah,
heart and
that's the
soul
Giants
of
usually
a.
do.
If the
He's a
Giants
hard-
get him, that's a mistake.
He was the heart
Yeah,
and soul of a championship defense. A big program like Clemson. So that should be, you know, a high IQ guy too.
Mm-hmm.
He could be your captain, like I said earlier, for the next 10 years on defense.
Yeah. So, but
Not if the Giants pass on him. It's when the Giants pass on him.
They will pass on him, but then
yeah, right. Billy, what do you give him?
I give him an A
Hey, okay.
because like he's a really good linebacker. He can cover wide receivers. He can cover tight ends, and he's also very good at rushing too. Like if you see him play, he's really good all over the field. Like he's a beast.
Yeah, absolute beast. So, but yeah. So this is gonna be the last one of the grade because we're kind of slowing up here, so I want to speed it up a little. The last guy I'm gonna touch on the quarterback Justin Herbert from Oregon. Billy, what do you think of Justin Herbert?
I think he's good. He's a good player, in Oregon. If you see his stats, and see him play, he's really good. He got great accuracy. He throws. I would say he's kind of like an Aaron Rodgers a little bit. If you see him throw the football, like he's kind of like an Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, he's very good.
Yeah,
So,
Billy,
I-
Aaron
I give
Rodgers.
him- I give him Mr. B.
That's the deep man. Aaron Rodgers. Damn. I give Justin Herbert a B plus. He doesn't get an A for me because it's just I don't know, man. He played around good, pretty talented guys that if you throw him in, where's he? I don't even know where he's projected to go. Where's he projected? Dolphins, right?
5 to 7.
Yeah, 5 to 7. So you throw him in Miami, you throw him in Los Angeles with the Chargers. It's not going to be as easy as throwing all these stars that he had at Oregon. So I give him a B+. He still has potential. Don't get me wrong. He can definitely do it. Just, not yet. So, Luke, buddy, go ahead.
I definitely see him as a B+ level athlete. Powerful, hard right arm. And he's quick. He's sneaking. I think you'll definitely see him going in that 5 to 7 range. I think he might get taken up by the Chargers.
You think so?
I think he'd be a good look, without a doubt.
Yeah, he would be. He's young.
He's definitely young. He's a junior, right?
You got to develop. You got to develop him a little bit.
Got to develop. He's going to need time, but I think you give him the right time and you put him with the right people, and you'll have a.
Yeah. So, listen. So, Rob, buddy.
I got him as a B+. Little bit of same thing. He's a little bit of a project, but not as much as Tua. I think he's way more developed than Tua. And as I'm watching the highlights here, good coach.
Did anyone catch that? He sneezed and said coronavirus.
He came back after that Arizona State loss and then led his team to a Rose Bowl. Very, very mature. They could have packed up the bags and left. Could have packed it up and quit, but they didn't. So
yeah.
He's a good leader too.
Definitely. So, Steve, man, the last guy. I always save the last for you, man. You and Billy. You really always have great takes. So,
thank you.
Give me a good take on this one. Why do you give the grade to Justin Herbert that you do?
I'm gonna give Justin Herbert a B-. In my opinion, he's the third. In my opinion, he's the third quarterback out of Tua and Burrow and him. When I look for a quarterback, it's not also like the on-field and the accuracy and stuff, but also can you lead a team? Can you galvanize, the men in the huddle?
You want a leader. You need a leader in that.
You want a leader. And the constant knock on Herbert is he's too quiet. He doesn't demand more out of players, and also that he's just very quiet.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big knock on him. I don't like that about him. And you watch his tape, he's inconsistent. There's some games he just looked lost, and some games he looks great. So for him, my perfect situation for Herbert is, which is not going to happen, is sit behind an aging veteran, maybe relax for 1 year, learn the pros, to develop tougher skin, because he is a little soft in my opinion. And then the year after, you could see what his ceiling is.
Yeah, definitely. So that was fun. I like that top 10 little prospect grade pick. So now we're going to do here at hometown, our Giants, our Jets, what they need. So we're going to start with the Jets because I've gotten a lot of hate from the people that I don't give enough love to, the New York Jets. So you guys get to go first here. So you happy? You clowns? So Luke is our Jets man. Give us a rundown. What do the Jets need? What do you think they're going with? What play?
They're definitely picking up a offensive tackle in the first round. I think. I don't think they're going to go for if they're looking at the top 3 positions they need, you're looking at offensive tackle, you're looking at wide receiver, and the fuck. You're looking at on the other outside corner. They need another corner. Another corner. So I think they're going to take. I definitely think that they're going to look to pick up a tackle. I like Mekhi.
Yes.
Becton out of Louisville. Humongous. 6'7", 365 with the longest reach I've ever seen on a human being. I think he'd be great to see that. I'd love to see him to stack up that line. If we see maybe those top tackles go, we see them go early. And the Jets, I think if the Jets could pick up maybe CeeDee Lamb, if they're going to go for the wide receiver position, I think CeeDee would be cool to see as a Jet. I think that Becton's a better first-round pick. Definitely a better look for them. But if CeeDee's on the board and Becton isn't, then I don't see CeeDee's being a bad pick.
CeeDee isn't a bad pick at all, no matter what.
Not at all. Definitely not a bad pick. I think that the Jets would. I would rather see the Jets pick up a tackle, pick up an offensive tackle, pick up a lineman, than pick up CeeDee. But
yeah,
CeeDee would be fun to see there. I think he could be someone that the franchise can get behind.
Definitely. So you have to pick one guy the Jets are going to take. One guy you don't want them to take. Go.
I definitely want them to take Mekhi Becton.
Yeah. Well, what's the one guy that like his name is announced that you're just gonna put your hand on your head and just walk out? Oh, we can't decide again. I like this. Silence. The people love it too.
The people definitely don't like silence. I don't really think that there's anybody that they could pick out of their potential that I'd really be disappointed with. I don't think see them making a super bad decision here.
Yeah, I know. I mean, unless you try to, go draft someone that you could have gotten at 21, at 6.
Yeah, I think they could.
Oh, wait. Sounds familiar. But nah, he's going to pan out, Daniel Jones. Don't worry. So, but, so this year's class isn't like, there's no guys that you'd be like, nah, I don't want them.
I think there's so many good picks in these top, like even the top 15. There's such a big offensive line year for the draft. A lot of big guys coming in. So if that's what we think, it just happened to line up that's what we needed, and that's what I think that's what we're gonna get.
Well, that's what I think the Giants should focus on because I have the Giants with their needs. Definitely offensive line. Could you have literally the best running back in the league back there, and he can move, but he can't move when there's literally
Can't do it by himself.
It's hard. Like he can't. He's done it, and it's freaking crazy how he does it. But he can't do it every play. So they definitely need big offensive line, big man. I say a man Wirf over there in Iowa, like I said before.
They can't go wrong with Simmons or Wirfs, to be honest.
Yeah, they definitely need.
They can't.
No, they can't.
So they'll either go safety or go to that linebacker with Simmons and Young. We'll see how they decide. Gettleman went with Daniel Jones last year. So he's got tricks up his sleeve, as he calls it.
True.
And the last thing I think the Giants really need that people probably aren't going to agree with me that much is a solid wide receiver. Like, yeah, okay, you have Sterling Shepard, who's love the guy to death, but he's concussed every couple weeks. He has to he bring him back too early. They got fined last year for bringing him back too early. Then he was out even longer. So it's just Slayton. Slayton's good, but he was
very good.
Like Steve brought up about Burrow, it's like a 1 year, one hit wonder. We'll see what happens year 2. So I think if they get that solid receiver in there with Slayton and Shepard, take some pressure off Shepard, give him some time, give him some plays off because of the.
They don't need to take a receiver in the first round. It's a very deep receiver draft. Don't take a receiver in the first round.
All right, but they definitely okay, not first round. You got me there, but definitely.
So what you're saying is you traded Odell, now you're just looking for Odell again. That's pretty much what's going on.
Gettleman is.
True.
I'm telling you, Gettleman's
He's looking for another Odell. That's what he's looking for. Like
Gettleman's gonna be gone soon. So the guy who's gonna say, "We messed up. We need a quarterback. I mean, we need a receiver." Excuse me. So, but now we'll jump over to. We'll let Steve take the microphone here because I don't know how many Raider fans we really have listening to this podcast since we are out of Staten Island, New York. So, Steve, what are the Raiders' needs, expectations?
Okay, well, the first need it was obviously tough because I know outside of Raider fans, I think most football fans will agree their biggest need is playmaker at receiver. But eventually, I went number 1 receiver was their biggest need. A close second was defensive back corner. They have Trayvon Mullen. He's going to enter a second year now from Clemson, who was pretty good. But I think what this team was lacking last year was a big play wide receiver. Then third is an edge rusher. Max Crosby, rookie year last year, 4th-round pick, had 10 half sacks, which is very good for us. And then Cleveland Farrell was the number 4 overall pick last year. And, he had his up and downs, but overall he had 4.5 sacks. He was really good in the run game. And you can just tell he's a hard worker, and I feel like he'll have a nice bounce-back second year. But overall, I think, in my opinion, this is my opinion right now, let's say the best-case scenario for the Raiders in this draft is if they had their pick of the litter between Jeudy or Lamb, which I think will not happen. And I think out of those two, I think they will go Judy because Judy's the more polished route runner than Lamb. And he was from a bigger college. I feel like Mayock and Gruden like that big college pedigree. If you saw their last draft, Hunter Renfro, Clelin Ferrell, and Josh Jacobs. That's all big school programs, and Mullen too from Clemson also. Four big players from those colleges. So in my opinion, they would go Judy there, and then 19th from the Mac trade, if people forgot about that. Which, looking back at that Max trade now, it's not too bad. I know Mac's a great player, but that first-round pick last year that they got in the Max trade, they used it on Josh Jacobs. And we all know how good Josh Jacobs was his rookie year. He should have won that rookie year of the year. And now if they get another solid corner out of this year's Bears pick, which is number 19 again, that's pretty solid. You get Jacobs and a starting corner. And then also on top of that, that money you used to pay Mac, they signed Trent Brown, offensive tackle from New England last year, who was very good for the Raiders. And also this year they signed Corey Littleton, the linebacker from the Rams last year, who's going to shore up that defense. So overall, you get those four players opposed to Mac. It's listen, I love Mac. It sucked when they traded him, but overall, that's a solid deal to take. So I feel like if the Raiders come out of here with a Judy or a Lamb, that's just
And after watching this highlight right on my screen here, I'm gonna take Lamb. Look at that hit.
yeah, I know, right?
Boy.
And then, in my opinion, what they do with 19, I think they trade down. They trade down. They acquire a second because a second, they don't have a second this year. That's to the Bears in the Mac trade, obviously. And then they will get a corner with that first pick in the second. The second first-round pick in the.
All right, man. Yeah. Thanks for the input, Steve. I like it. I'm not really a Raiders guy, but listen, hope for the best. You know, I have nothing against them. So
now the worst case scenario, quickly. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah, I was gonna ask you what's the worst case you see them going down with what you were taking.
Which I think is gonna happen because you hear reports about the Broncos trying to trade up to get Jerry Jeudy, and now you hear reports that the Jaguars like Jeudy, and I still think the Jets are gonna draft Lamb, even though they have a glaring need at tackle. I think Joe Douglas will not pass up the opportunity to get Darnold, a big-time receiver. But the worst-case scenario for the Raiders, in my opinion, is if that Lamb and Jeudy are gone, which I think is going to happen. I think the Broncos will trade up and take Jeudy, even though in my mock draft that will be on the screen later, I still have everyone set put. Now, in that case, if both Lamb and Jeudy are gone, I'm not a big Ruggs fan. Ruggs had 40 catches for only 746 yards and 7 touchdowns last year in an offense that really spreads the ball around. And yes, I know he's very fast. He went a 4.26, something like that in the combine. I get Darius Hayward-Bay vibes about Ruggs because of the last Raider speed receiver that they drafted in the first round. So with that, I hopefully if Lamb and Jeudy are gone by that pick, there's a Simmons on the board still, or even Derek Brown, the tackle from Auburn, then you know what? I'll be fine with that. But I think overall, that's the worst case scenario. That's a nightmare. If there's no Jeudy, no Lamb, and no Simmons and Brown also, then who the hell are they going to take? Maybe they'll just trade down and get a corner if that happens. So that's the worst case scenario.
All right, man. Thank you for your input. So now we will get on to our mock drafts. I will be throwing them up on the screen. Who volunteers to go first? Anyone? Any takers? You all know who I'm gonna pick if no one chooses. All right, Steve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Steve-O. How are you, buddy? So let's get you going here. Let's get your up on the screen.
I'll just start talking about it first.
Go ahead. I'm gonna throw it up. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. You got obviously number one. Everyone has the same.
Obviously, Burrow's 1. 2 is Chase Young. Obviously, I think the draft starts with the third pick with Detroit. Detroit could go 3 ways here. I feel like they could go Okudah, that corner, which they lost Slay in the trade with the Eagles, or they could trade down for a team like the Chargers or the Dolphins that want that quarterback. Or they could take Wills, a tackle. They lost a couple of tackles in free agency. But in my mock draft, I'm staying put with every team because the trades, there's too much shit going on. So for now, I had the Lions taking Okuda. Now 4, I have the Giants taking Tristan Wirfs. I feel like they need a tackle, even though their defense is horrible. The Giants and Simmons would be a nice pick here. He'd be a captain for the next 10 years of that defense. I feel like great tackles like Wirfs. That's just a great tackle. Those are hard to come by. Those don't grow on trees every year. You get that massive kid who's gonna block for Barkley, protect Daniel Jones. That would be a great pick for them also. 5, I think Miami reaches with Herbert. Like I said earlier in the podcast, I'm not a big fan of Herbert. And listen, if there is no coronavirus out here, I think Tua lands here at 5. Or even higher to 3. But I think Miami stays with the safer play. He's healthy, Herbert. His tape, he looks great at some points. At some points, he was horrible. So I think at that point, Miami will stay with the safer pick. And then, which would be a nightmare for me, the Chargers get Isaiah Simmons out of Clemson. You add Simmons to a team with Derwin James Ready, Casey Hayward, Joey Bosa, and Melvin Ingram Jr. That's a great defense off the bat. And I think the Chargers, I wouldn't rule them out getting Cam Newton for that quarterback spot, or they might roll with Tyrod Taylor. You hear their manager saying that they're fine with rolling with Tyrod Taylor as quarterback.
I would not roll with Tyrod Taylor.
I wouldn't either.
Pay me $25 million. I would not. If you paid me for him to play on the team, I still wouldn't put him as my starting quarterback.
Yeah, but I feel like if Simmons is there, the Chargers, I feel like they will not pass them up. To add that to a nice young core that they have the defense ready, that would be a great defense right there. 7, everyone obviously has the Panthers taking Derrick Brown. I think Derrick Brown is going to be a great player out of Auburn. You watch his tape, he just disrupts the game for the nose tackle. It's time for the Panthers. When they were good in the 2010s, what's the one thing you notice about them? That defense was always good. And this would be a nice first step to getting back to that level. So, and then I have the Cardinals taking Wills Jr. out of Bama, tackle. Just again, like similar to Wirfs, just very polished in the pass protection and in the run game. And also, he's huge. He's very nasty, too. Just a nasty player. And that's what you want in your tackles. A nice, a nasty player that will mop up defenders and that has that toughness to him. And then 9, surprisingly, you guys haven't heard this guy, C.J. Henderson for Jacksonville, corner.
Where's he out of?
Florida.
Okay.
From yes, he's been shooting up the draft boards the past couple of weeks. Some people will have him in the top 10, and I'm gonna say the Jaguars take him 9th. Excuse me. And just they lost AJ Boye. He left. They traded him to the Broncos. And then they got rid of Ramsey last year during the trade deadline to the Rams. So I think they start rebuilding their defense. They got rid of Campbell. Here, Yannick Ngakoue complaining about wanting to leave. So I think this will restart their rebuild with C.J. Henderson. I was tempted to go Judy here, but they have a receiver in DJ Shark who's pretty good. And Minshew, Minshew's all right. I don't think
Minshew, baby.
He's all right, but I feel like they hope that Henderson will turn into that shutdown corner like Boye and Ramsey were. And now I have 10th, Mekhi Becton going to the Browns. I think this is a nice
Boy.
Listen, I'm not really high on Becton, as many people are. He had a great combine. The fastest offensive lineman ever. But now you heard about he failed that drug test with weed. And marijuana is legal in the NFL
Stay
now.
off the weed.
Yeah, just stay off the weed.
Duh.
Stay off the weed, man.
It's simple, man. It's simple. They test you once a year.
Just stay off the weed.
That's it.
Exactly. Stay off the weed. Also, he's massive. And if you watch the Browns, that was probably, besides Baker Mayfield taking a massive step back, that offensive line was horrible. And they could not pass protect for Baker Mayfield. And that contributed to his bad year, I feel like. So if they want to start rebuilding the offensive line, Becton's a great way to start. So he's a massive human being. And I think overall he'll be pretty good if he stays out of trouble. That's a big if.
All right.
I have the Jets taking Lamb. I think you can't go wrong with Judy and Lamb here. You just cannot. Lamb, like I said before with Lamb, yards after catch, breaks tackles, just all around speed and everything. And then I'm being optimistic here, but number 12, I have my Raiders taking Jerry Jeudy. That's my number one play that I want. Like I said before, I think Jeudy has it all. Very polished route runner, better route runner than CeeDee Lamb, and just he's what Gruden wants in his receivers. That's what John Gruden wants. A guy that runs routes, very polished, comes from a big program. Like in the early 2000s, when the Raiders were really good, they had Tim Brown. And again, Jerry Jeudy fits that Tim Brown mold. Gil Brandt compared Jerry Jeudy to Marvin Harrison. And Vic Tafur, a beat writer of the Raiders, compared Jerry Jeudy to Antonio Brown without the circus act. So if at 12, if I'm getting a player that's being compared to Marvin Harrison and Antonio Brown, you can't pass it up.
Antonio Brown, though?
Without the headaches, though. Without the headaches. There's football skills. So that's my top 12 because I have some Raiders in there.
I appreciate it, man. That was good. That was a good top 12. Different, liked it. Mr. Hench, you will go next. But I have a fan question first. This is for everyone, kind of besides Steve, because Steve doesn't really care about the Giants. This is from our good friend Jake Kelly. He asks, do you prefer the Giants to stay at 4 or trade away? Rob, what do you prefer?
I'd like them to sit there and take Simmons if he's on the board, but if Simmons is off the board, I say trade it.
Okay. What do you expect? Like later in the draft or like a couple?
Yeah. I don't think the Dolphins are going to trade up one spot. The Chargers could move up because they're probably looking for a quarterback.
Wait, so if Simmons is gone at 4, you wouldn't want the Giants to take a tackle to stay there?
No, trade back to like if the Chargers want to move up, you can still take a tackle there. If Cardinals probably won't move up. So I mean it's probably the Chargers moving up to jump ahead of the Dolphins, I would say, to get their guy.
Okay.
Instead of waiting for the Dolphins to take somebody, and then if they really really want somebody, they're gonna move up and get them.
All right. In my opinion, I think they keep the spot, hold on to it no matter what. Either get Simmons, you either get a lineman. You're gonna have someone you want there at the spot. It's not gonna be like you're on the clock and we're scrambling because we don't like
you
it.
You have your picks there.
So there's no use of trading. But if they did trade, my scenario would be the only way I would see them doing it is if the Giants trade number 4 to the Chargers. Giants get the 6th. They get that second round pick from this year, and they get a second rounder from next year for that 4th pick. That's the only way I kind of see them doing it, but I doubt it.
Well, you heard today that they're doing their research on Herbert. I think that's all smoke.
Yeah. I want to
trying to get teams to trade up. I think that's all bullshit.
That's all smoke. That's all.
Hold on, I do want to pull up a video for you guys though, because this was brought to my attention 5 minutes before we started the podcast. So I did not know about this, but here we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
One thinks the Giants are going to take a tackle at number 4, but here's an interesting tidbit from me and Mike Garafolo. The New York Giants have done more than their share of homework on Oregon quarterback Justin Herbert, including the fact that Herbert has FaceTime recently with head coach Joe Judge.
Ooh, FaceTime
so
buddies.
What does this mean? Is it simply the Giants just doing a thorough evaluation?
It's all smoke.
Chance at Herbert later in their career?
You think so though?
Could they
They're not
actually-
taking. They're not taking. They're not.
There
So-
is no way.
There's no
I
reason.
saw somebody say they were gonna take him and then trade him to the Chargers.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time,
That's all I can see. That's the only reason I can see them.
But also, I feel like Gettleman is tied to Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, you messed up, but I'm not saying he messed up, but if Daniel Jones does fall through, it's like you wasted our pick.
That pick's gonna define him, to be honest.
Him and the Barkley pick.
Because exactly. The draft before, he took Barkley over Darnold and Allen.
You think about it now.
And Lamar Jackson when you think about it.
Yeah.
Don't even. Okay.
So,
Don't even.
well, listen. I like Daniel Jones. I thought he was pretty good his rookie year. He had that fumble problems, but you can clean that up instantly.
Like I say this all the time. Not everyone has a fantastic rookie year. The only time you have a fantastic rookie year is when you play on rookie on Madden and you throw for 5,000 yards.
He was pretty
No
good.
way you will get a successful rookie year out of someone. I'm sorry.
And of course, I was one of those many people that laugh at the draft pick, but he proved me wrong. I think he's gonna be pretty good. Daniel Jones.
He's got it. Listen, I just have one more question from Jake for our good friend Bandwagon Billy. He wants to know if Heisman Hench is going to go at number 1. Billy, Heisman Hench, are you going at number 1? He's so confused, he doesn't even know what I'm talking about. All right, well, speak of him, we'll jump to
Wait,
his.
what?
Oh, there he is.
Bill, we're gonna do your mock draft now, buddy.
Hey, Bill. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for coming to the meeting.
I'm sorry, everything's breaking up.
Uh-oh, bad Wi-Fi at the Hench house. Oh, you're gonna lose.
Tell your dad to plug in the router.
Yeah, we might lose him. Bill, go sit next to the router. All right, Bill, are you
Can
ready?
you guys hear me now?
Yeah, Bill, are you ready to give your mock draft to the people?
All right, so at number 1, I consider the Bengals selecting Joe Burrow. Like I said, great quarterback, great accuracy. He's a team leader, and that's what you kind of need for a quarterback. The second round, I forget who was in the second round.
We got the Redskins.
What team second round? But I think they're gonna.
Redskins.
I think the Redskins are gonna get Jerry Jeudy.
Wow.
I think they need a wide receiver. That's just my opinion. I mean, if you look at the Redskins wide receivers, they're not really that great. That's my opinion. The third one, Isaiah Thomas.
Simmons.
Isaiah Thomas.
I'd
What's
say
his boy
Isaiah
smoking?
Thomas.
Fire Isaiah.
What's his
Fire
guy,
Isaiah.
bro? It's 420 at the Hench house. It's Isaiah Simmons, guy. Come on, man.
Jeez.
Head out of your ass, Bill. All right, Bill. Number 4 is the Giants.
Herbert.
All right, number 4, Justin Herbert.
Really? Why? They already have Daniel Jones, the future. Oh, I think we're losing him.
Yeah,
no,
but just in case he gets injured, you want a backup quarterback.
Still
They have Colt McCoy, man.
You know,
that high? Wow.
All right, at number 5, the Dolphins select who?
This is the hottest of hot takes.
Dolphins select Jeff Alcador.
Oh, Okuda.
Okuda, Bill. Come on.
So I think they're Okuda.
All right.
I think they need him. Number 6.
Chargers.
Number 6, Andrew Thomas.
Okay.
Chargers would be Andrew Thomas. Great guy. Great player. Number 7, Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
That I think he's a linebacker. Wide receiver.
Receiver from LSU.
LSU.
Great player, great hands, got great speed too. If you look at his highlights. Number 8, Jordan Love. Linebacker,
No.
really good. I think they
He
use
goes,
them.
Quarterback. Quarterback.
9, Justin.
Get over here, Bill.
Is he quarterback?
Oh, now
Love's
he's
quarterback.
off. Now he's off camera. Now he's too close. Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's back.
Everyone loves Bandwagon Billy.
Bandwagon Billy.
All right, Bill, you're up to the 9th pick with the
Number.
clock.
All right, Jonathan Taylor.
This actually makes sense. No, wait, never mind.
He doesn't make sense. Wait, nope.
I got
The last one would be Yetur
Interior
from Penn
Gross
State.
Metros.
This has to be probably one of the craziest mock drafts I've ever seen.
Jonathan Taylor to the Browns would make sense.
Okay.
That I could see.
If the draft went like this, the first top 10 picks, I'll go on the street naked.
All right, you heard it
Nude.
here.
He's
You
running
heard it
around
here.
nude.
If first 10 picks of that, Steve will go out to the street and run naked.
Confirmed.
So
You
if Justin
gotta-
Herbert,
gonna go
if
run
Justin
the-
Herbert goes fourth, he's running outside nude.
Yeah, if the
But-
Giants
but
take
if
Herbert.
the Giants keep the pick, though. The Giants got to keep the pick.
Okay.
And what if they pick him and trade him?
Take Herbert at 4.
No.
No.
They got to keep him.
They pick him. It's it. He has
Yeah,
to run
that's
naked.
it.
There's no speculation.
No,
Yeah,
they
he
gotta
has
keep
to-
him though. They gotta
He
keep
has to
him.
run down Rally Court nude.
Dude, come no, Huguenot.
Huguenot Avenue nude.
Okay, deal.
All
Dated.
right, here we go. Here we go, boys.
All right.
It's my turn. Because we
Go ahead, Kevin. Let's go.
so
Oh, God.
Wow.
yeah, I got this bad boy written out.
Looks like you
So-
found it in an insane asylum.
Kinlaw, wow.
Yeah, so this is my you guys can look, give a little visual, and then
The writing, the scribbles of a madman.
yes.
Jack was taking CD
This is
Lamb.
the notebook of a guy trying to schedule a podcast all on his own. So we have some
How many
mistakes.
people does it take to schedule a podcast?
Not hey, the information. I did all the work. I had all the we did, It's a lot of work with this, man. We're here almost over an hour here.
You're a fraud.
So-
jeez.
Why am I a fraud?
We're never gonna finish the draft. Hurry up.
Let's go. Come on.
We're never gonna finish the draft.
All right, I got my first 3 picks. I have the Bengals taking Joe Burrow because they need a quarterback. Redskins taking Young from Ohio State because Chase Young is good. The Lions need a defensive back. I need a defensive guy, and Young is going to be off the board, so they're going to take Simmons. That's going to screw the Giants over because they wanted Simmons. But the Giants are going to take the lineman Wirfs from
Liner.
yeah, right. Jibber jabber from Iowa. With the surprise at 5, I got the Dolphins taking Herbert. Just because I think the Dolphins see him again as a project, and I think they think they can work with him, so they're going to take him under. 6, I got the Chargers taking Tua. As well, they need a quarterback. At 7, I have the Panthers taking. Oh shoot! What's his name again? Okuda. Yeah.
Jeff Okuda.
Sorry, I had the notebook out. Okay, so yeah, from Ohio State as well. Then the Cardinals at 8, surprise pick taking Kinlaw.
Yeah, it's a shocker.
Listen, man. Then the Jaguars are gonna steal Steve's boy CeeDee Lamb at 9. And as everyone said, at 10, the Browns need a lineman, so they'll take the big guy Beckin. And at 11, another surprise pick, I have the Jets taking DeAndre Swift because I think the GM also thinks, as my eyes, that Adam Gase and Le'Veon Bell do not have a fantastic relationship. And you saw how he abandoned Pittsburgh, how AB's gone nuts, that a player can flip the switch like that. So he knows that
That's a stunner if they took Swift.
if Bell goes nuts here,
I don't think Bell's gonna go nuts. I think he's a good locker room guy.
we'll see. We'll see.
I think either way, this is Bell's last year in New York.
Yeah, because the last interview, they go, what about Bell? He goes, we'll see. He's under contract next year. You don't tell a guy, we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, in the beginning, Gase didn't want him.
Yes,
And Joe Judge doesn't want to say Daniel Jones' name, so
That was all Mike McCannon's getting Bell. So I feel like this is Bell's last year, and then they'll just cut him, or at first just try to trade him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our final mock draft of the night.
All right, we'll go through this pretty quick. Obviously, 1, 2, 3, Jeff Burrow, Chase Young, and
I didn't
Jeff
go.
Okuda. What?
I didn't go. This isn't the night.
Nah,
Guy's got to get his head out of his behind.
nah, Rob doesn't. Mr. Essential, calm yourself over there. We'll get to you.
I honestly told Rob one. All right, we got my one. I got the Giants taking Isaiah Simmons. I think they're stupid if they pass up on Isaiah. I think it's a horrible move to pass up on Isaiah Simmons. I think he's too valuable, and you're at that number 4 spot. You should definitely take him. I think he's still going to be there, too. I don't think he's going in the top 3. I got the Dolphins taking Tua. I mean, do I have to explain why? Even though I do
No.
think he might get injured and die, or whatever. That's fine. I got the Chargers taking Justin Herbert. He's got a rocket of an arm, and I think that they could use that. I think that the Panthers are going to take Derek Brown from Auburn. I think the Cardinals are going to take Mackie Becton. I don't think he's going to make it. I don't think the Jets are going to be able to get him. I think he's going to be gone by the time he gets there. Even with his failed drug test, he's still a freak of nature. So he's not going to make it.
That's
out.
like Dexter Lawrence when he failed the drug test because the hair gel. Remember that?
Oh
Yeah.
Didn't really affect his draft stock, I don't think.
No,
What are we,
especially as weed.
17?
It's really, weed's not going to affect your draft stock at all.
Well, it did for Tunsil.
Yes, Tunsil.
Is he the,
Well, he's a pretty good pro though. Tunsil.
He is.
is he the one with the mask?
Yeah, he's the one.
Yeah,
the
see, that's the difference,
What
bro.
did the Giants take, Eli Apple?
Yeah, I think so. That year.
See, there's a difference, man. If you throw the mask on and you like parade around with it and videoing it, yeah, that's kind of.
I knew
Also-
Apples would be bad. I knew
that
he'd
was
be bad,
awesome.
Apple.
But that's not.
I mean the
that's
Saints
not-
made something out of him,
Yeah, true.
and just like the Redskins made something out of Eric Flowers. So maybe the Giants are the problem.
All right, but all right, Luke, continue.
I got the Jaguars taking C.J. Henderson. That combination of size and speed, you know, for being 6 foot, 200 and whatever, he's 210 pounds and running a 4.39 40-yard dash. I think they're looking for that, and then they don't have the depth at cornerback, not at all. I think they could use it. I see the Browns taking Tristan Wirfs. Is that his last name? Wirfs?
Yes.
Out of Iowa.
Iowa, fucking big nasty machine of a human being, and he's gonna do well wherever he goes. I think the Browns will pick him up, and I see the Jets taking either Jarek Willis Jr. or CeeDee Lamb. I really don't know. I really think that they should take Jarek Willis Jr. I think they could use the. I think they need a big man at tackle here.
All right, Luke, that was fantastic. Rob, do you know why I forgot that you didn't go?
Why?
Send it to
You
him.
didn't send me your mock draft.
Oh well.
So I look and there's none left.
Did
so,
Steve do it?
would
Did
you
Steve
like
do
to-
it?
Yes, Steve.
Everybody did. Everybody said.
Someone did, but you. So
Okay.
be a nice boy,
You'll have that.
or you don't want to just do it off the top of your head. It's
Oh
up-
no, I'm just gonna read it off.
Okay, go ahead.
Burrow at number 1. I don't need to expand on that. Chase Young at number 2. Okuda at number 3. Dream scenario: Giants get Simmons at 4.
They
If
will.
they pass on him, Gettleman should be fired on the spot.
Yep.
I got the Dolphins taking Herbert. I think Tua's health is a little too sketchy for them to dive in on him. And I got the Chargers right behind him taking Tua. And now I got the Panthers, like Steve said, going out there and getting Derek Brown. And I got the Cards taking Wirfs because I think that young quarterback, they're going to keep building that offensive line for that mobile quarterback. Because when he's running around, he's going to get hit.
Go ahead.
We're just doing that? Okay.
No, go ahead. My bad. It kind of.
So we got Wirfs getting in there to protect Kyler Murray because he gets hit enough. When he drops back to pass, you want to be able to protect him, keep building up that offensive line. I got the Jags taking Jerry Jeudy. I think they're going to surprise somebody, go out and get a receiver. All right, so we got the Browns next. I got Andrew Thomas going to the out of Georgia. And I think the Jets are going to be stupid here and go out and get CeeDee Lamb. I think they should wait till the second, even maybe the third round to get a receiver.
All right, man. Thank you for that.
Very, 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 very deep drafted receiver.
I think Lamb might be a game breaker though.
It
I
is,
think
but if Lamb's gonna be a captain type player,
Like
Yeah,
a game breaker receiver. Like
They need a receiver, but they also need to protect Arnold. So
yeah, it's true.
So, boys, we're getting to our final segment. Finally, it's been a while. I know we're cruising probably over an hour here. Your love and hate. You got to pick one guy you love out of the draft and one guy you hate out of the draft. I will let Steve go first.
One player that I love.
One player that you love that just pops off the page to you, and
you're
then
in
one
full
guy that,
bloom love, as David Guttman would say. Full.
Love.
or the guy, and then a guy you kind of are like, all right, I don't want him in injury or just how he played the final season or something. Just something you don't like about him comes off odd, and you don't want him. So go.
Okay.
Who do you love?
One player that I love, it's Isaiah Simmons. You know, I said it earlier in the show. Just he could be the captain of your defense for the next 10 years. He does everything to do in today's NFL and that you want in a linebacker. He can play safety also. Just that hybrid player, just high motor, crazy high motor. He was that captain of that Clemson defense for the past couple of years. And just you watch that film of him, he just jumps off the screen every game, jumps off the screen. And just even that championship game, I just fell in love with him. And it's sad that he's not going to get to the Raiders, but whoever gets him is going to get a great player. So that's my love player, Isaiah Simmons. Now the player that I hate, I have a couple players that I don't really like that much, But I'm gonna go Herbert here. Justin Herbert.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I'll tell you why. It's just that thing that just the leadership issues. He doesn't demand more out of players. He reminds me a little bit of Carson Palmer, a little bit.
Oh boy.
Carson Palmer was quiet, you know, he didn't demand that hot. Carson Palmer was number 1 overall, former Raider. So I saw firsthand what he was. Just, you know, going through the motions. And I feel like if you want a championship caliber quarterback, he just doesn't have the traits. And I watched film on him, and yes, he's crazy accurate sometimes, but at some point he looks lost out there, throwing interceptions at an alarming rate. I'm not keen on him as people are. There's just too many risks. I would definitely go Tua and Burrow over him.
Really?
Yeah, but I feel like maybe if he goes to a team, a la like if the Saints trade up something and groom him for 1 year, which will not happen, Herbert's probably going to Miami. If he sits behind someone for 1 year and learns the game, gets tougher, gets stronger, develops that voice to command a huddle, then you might be looking at something. Then you're looking at a pretty good quarterback. But just to throw him in the fire right away and just for him to demand the respect in the huddle, I don't know. I just, from day one, I haven't been a big Herbert fan, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, man. All right, Steve. Hey, listen. Thank you for your love-hate. We've had a great episode, man.
Yes, of course.
As I'm kind of want to go to Billy right now because his camera looks like he's just darked out. He's got no video. Bill.
Yeah.
Good over there. You good with us still?
Yeah.
All right, good. So I want to hear one guy you love. Favorite player in the draft?
Favorite player has to be Joe Burrow.
Of course.
Just the way he.
Jump on that bandwagon.
Bandwagon Billy on the Joe Burrow bandwagon.
No, he's an overall great player and overall, great kid, and I think he'll do good in the NFL. One player I hate, I would have to go Tua there, out of Alabama. He's a great kid, great quarterback, but I don't see him being that great in the NFL. I think he needs to work on his accuracy. He needs to work on his play, his plays and stuff. And yeah.
All right, Bill. Hey, listen, thank you, Bill. So give me one guy that you hate then.
I just said one guy I hate.
Oh,
Tua.
sorry, Mel. I
Said
really
Tua.
wasn't paying attention. To be honest, I was trying to link up because Rob was texting me on the side. Rob's going next, actually, because Rob wants to give his sleeper pick. Go ahead, Rob. Who's a sleeper pick for you?
All right, Steve already talked about Isaiah Simmons, so that's who I love. Chase Young, I don't know why I've always been iffy on him. It's honestly something I watch him. Disappeared in a couple big games. So I think he's gonna be good. I don't think he's gonna be great. Good, not great. But my sleeper has comparables to Megatron. Can anybody guess who it is?
Oh, I know who it is.
Comparables to Megatron.
Like his combine was almost exactly Megatron.
I got you. I'm gonna put on his highlights right now for you.
Lamb?
No.
No. He's gonna go in like the second round or the third round.
Chase Claypool, really?
Claypool.
He's awesome, Claypool.
Wow.
His combine rank numbers were pretty
Comparable to
accurate. to
Megatron.
Megatrons. They were probably number 2 or off. I think he beat him in one of the
He's fast too.
big. You can get up. You need that.
Big and fast.
Okay.
So
And now my other guy that is a late round sleeper might not even get drafted, but he's going to make a great Patriot. And I know I'm showing my bias here, but it's Chris Fink. He is going to make a great Patriot. Just look at him.
really,
He looks like a Wes Welker.
Okay.
Short guy that cuts real well, can return punts, smart guy too. So I think if anybody's gonna make something of him, it's gonna be Bill Belichick.
yeah. Well, let's see. Let's
Bill
start.
Belichick could pull me and Kevin off the street, and we can play receiver for the Patriots.
Can I give 2 sleepers quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Steve. Throw him in there.
My first one that I really love, that's not getting enough love, that might go in the first round, Antoine Winfield Jr., safety out of Minnesota. You watch film film of him, to me, he's a complete safety. He was the heart and soul of the Minnesota defense. Just he could be a day one starter.
You roll that boat.
I feel like he's a day one starter off the bat. So that's one for me. And number 2, Michael Pittman Jr., receiver from USC, ran a 4.5 at the combine. Clearly the number 1 receiver in USC. Just great film too. I feel like he'd be a second round pick. He's a day one starter also. So those are my 2 sleepers.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, Luke, love and hate, buddy. Give me one of each.
I think Isaiah Simmons is my favorite guy coming out of this draft. I love the way – I just love watching him play. I like watching him make big defensive plays. I think he's going to be fun to watch in the NFL. One guy I hate, I'm not a fan of Tua. I think that he's going to be a bust. I think he's going to get –
y'all hate Tua, man.
Yeah.
No, I don't think anybody really likes – no one here likes Tua, I don't think. I don't see a lot of – I see potential.
Besides me.
I don't see a good outcome there.
No. Hey, listen. Yeah, Tua. I feel the same way. He's got mine. But you got a sleeper, Luke, or you just want to leave that one to the bed?
I can give you a sleeper. Tight end Charlie. I'm gonna butcher this last name.
Go ahead.
I don't even want to give it an attempt. Taumoepeeau.
I can't even say that. So
Portland State. You met with the
Okay.
49 tight end.
Spell it?
Taumoepeeau.
Yeah, no, I'm drawing a blank on that one.
I got you.
Camden Pugh? I don't know.
Nah, dude. Yeah, I can't say that. I tried.
Shout out to that guy.
Yep, shout out to your name, buddy.
Big tight end, 6'2", 240.
Tight end. Shout out to the tight ends, baby. They don't get
Tight
respect.
end. I love watching big tight end guy. Shout out to Pat.
Baby.
Yeah.
So, Luke, that was good, man. I like that. I like the tight ends. You get the tight ends getting a little love here. Ladies and gentlemen, my love pick here is CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb out of Oklahoma. He's got that speed. He's got the agility. He had 62 catches for 1,300 yards last year, 14 touchdowns, and also threw a touchdown. So he reminds me a little bit of an Odell. Tad, a little bit. He's got the speed, So, like you say, he had Jalen Hurts as his quarterback, so he had a little bit easier. But we will see what team he goes to and how he excels. And my hate guy, as everyone has been saying, except Steve, is Tua. He looks good. Let me tell you, those highlights I was watching him on air. Oh, great. If football was just no defense, he would be the best quarterback out there. But he's got to go out there on a real field. I'm sorry. You can't say, oh, he's fantastic, because that dude can walk the wrong way, fall the wrong way, get tackled, gives out that hip. I think he's done. So that's why. But if he stays healthy, he could be one of the best quarterbacks in this draft. How about that? Is that a good show? Fun?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I want to give one more hate.
All right, go ahead. But Steve, you can end the show on your hate.
And one bold prediction, too. One bold.
All right, now you're asking for two
All
more.
right, now you're pushing it.
Yeah, you're only getting one. Let's go.
All right. I'll do one bold prediction.
Go ahead.
I think it might not happen, but this is the biggest thing that I think that will shock everyone. The Patriots trade up to get Tua.
Patriots.
Trading
If
up to
Tua, if Tua falls into the teens, I could see Bill Belichick being the mastermind and trading up to get Tua, shock the whole world, and then the dynasty keeps going.
I mean, if there's a camp that's going to fix Tua, it's going to be that Patriots camp.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? They're just gonna tank for Trevor Lawrence. That's exactly what they're gonna do.
And who knows? Maybe Jarrett Stidham is the best kept secret that we don't know about. Maybe he is good.
He threw a good ball at Auburn. I'll tell you that.
Maybe Bill Belichick does like him.
Better than the guy they got now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I listen. If Tua keeps falling and stuff, I would not be surprised at all if New England tries to trade up for him, and that would just Twitter would go nuts if that happened. So
Yeah.
that's my bold prediction.
Steve, that's a very bold prediction. I like that because I could see that happening.
Yeah,
It's bold, but it's plausible.
Yeah.
yeah,
One of those.
exactly.
So
Twitter would lose its mind if that happened.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for watching the first ever Island Guys podcast visual episode will be on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere I can find. I'm just going to throw it up. So, but make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms, and get ready for that draft on Thursday.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.
See you soon, guys.